Hello everybody, and welcome to Patventure time. We're here in Bodø, Norway, for what should be the first legit day of actually doing stuff in Norway. I got here yesterday and I was so beat from the flight and everything that I actually ended up just taking a shower and then going to bed. And then when I was done with that, sorry, I don't know things about stuff. Awkward foreigner doesn't know what's going on. Yeah, apparently all pedestrians have the right of way. So, I'm learning even now. I don't know what I'm doing. A lot more traffic in this town during the day, I'll tell you that, because last night it was dead. But I was told things kind of shut down on Sunday up here, and that was true to a degree. I'll tell you what doesn't shut down on Sundays, and that's the karaoke bar. I got invited out with some folks last night, and my head is still spinning. But we all had a good time. It was really, really amazing. And that was the first of many bizarre looks I'll get over the course of this vacation, because I am walking around with a giant backpack that has a lawn chair strapped to it. So people are going to think that I'm a bit of an oddball. And they're right. I'm actually going across the street in order to get over to that second-hand store, because I was looking at it yesterday. It's full of knickknacks, and it's neat, and I would like to go into it today. I got a couple of things I got to take care of. Need to go to the bank. Need to cash out these American dollars. They're useless here, as I expected. Thank you. Again, we're all learning. It's so weird because you've got, it's a polite thing. There's a gesture of politeness, and people are deliberately going for, I'm slowing down or stopping to help you. And yet at the same time, you're like, I don't know where I'm going, dude. So people will slow down even though you're very definitely not going anywhere. Anyway, it's a push. Hello. So I asked very nicely at the desk, and the man who runs the shop says it's okay for me to have the camera running in here. So, and I'm going to do that everywhere I go. Look at some of these books. They look ancient. The biography of Steve Jobs. You too can be a fancy man in jeans and a turtleneck. Norwegian editions of a whole bunch of different comics. Uncle Screw på jakt efter guld. Donald Duck and Co. Oh wow. Calvin and Hobbes is not Calvin and Hobbes. It's Tommy and Tegan. That's a cool old bike. In case you need some screwing done. I love all this old glass work. Ooh, old brass work. Awesome old sewing machine. Are those giant shell casings? Yes, they are. Arguably the best smoker I've ever seen in my life. I love these old floats. They're just the coolest thing. Fancy steins. And the most aged technology in the shop. The Walkman. Tusen takk. Ha det bra. As with all other places, I'm going to try not to overstay my welcome. So I stopped at the post office and I got my first Norwegian krona. So now I'm totally ready to go to stores and pay for stuff. And that is my coin. I think they're super cool looking. Fun fact. 1 krona. I think from here, I'm gonna go to church. I know that doesn't sound like me, but it's a cool building, and I'm gonna check it out. Wow. A reflecting pool. Yep, we're going to the reflecting pool. Because that's what you do when you're a tourist. When you're a cool guy like me, who's in Europe for a month. I'm still geeking out over it. There he is, the majestic walrus. So many cool buildings here. Can you see all the way to the top? I hope you can, because I can't bend back any further. So, the question that everybody was asking me before I left, they'd always say, so isn't it really cold in Norway? And I'd say, well, not during the summer. May have been a little misinformed on that. It is pretty chilly here in Norway. As you can see, there's a lot of folks walking around in coats because it's a little cold. Lucky for me, I'm overweight, so I don't need a coat. It's perfect. That is a cool one of those, that's for sure. That's the best one of those I've ever seen. That's really cool. Alright. Let's go see what it looks like in church. I'm going to have to be totally silent in here, so just letting you know. That's a really cool old church. I didn't want to talk while I was in there because I don't want to be disrespectful. But the building was really cool. What I thought were the most interesting part were all of the wall hangings. We don't have those at least not in my church. It was almost like instead of having stained glass windows, they had these sort of simple tapestries. And when I say simple, I don't mean that they were simple construction. They actually looked fairly elaborate, but the designs on them were all monosymbolic to try to keep it simple. So I just thought those were really neat and really different from what I'm used to. And that's why I'm here, because I wanted something different. Everyone here's got to be in such good shape. Dude was just biking uphill like it was nothing. My knees would have cracked and shattered into 1,000 pieces. I don't know how people are doing that. The majestic walrus. Fine, proud, blubbery masters of the coastline. Yes, that's what I was looking for.